Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition, exciting edition of Walking This Way's Impact Force podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. I'm the CEO and founder of Walking This Way's Impact Force podcast. We are broadcasting once again from the Dallas Fort Worth area. Big shout out to the DFW. Big shout out to my hometown, Mobile, Alabama. Big shout out to everybody who's watching this right now as we're live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all at the same time. Big shout out to the followers, big shout out to the listeners, big shout out to everyone who's been supporting the podcast since day one. And we thank y'all for allowing us to be with y'all one more time on this great Wednesday evening, which a lot of people call it hump day, of course, but we're very excited to be back with you once again. Whether you're watching us on your iPad, your phone, your laptop, your desktop, wherever you may be live watching this at, we appreciate you, we thank you, and most importantly, we give you our roses. Why? You are alive. So I'm back here with the crew. I'm back here with my brother, Daquan. What's up, Daquan? Man, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience that's live watching us right now as we live stream.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Grace and peace. This is Daquan. I normally do the biz on the street section on Wednesday nights where we just go ahead and try to give a little shout out to those business owners that are doing the things in the community that are making impactful changes, trying to do it, decently. Um, so I want to jump right into the brother named Jesse Parks. He's a great musician. He does the electric guitar. I know y'all may see me out there, tagging him into the post and stuff like that. He's definitely connected out there. He was on Sabrina's Ford's podcast, Hidden Images. He's featured with multiple music artists and friends that I'm with on Facebook. And he's really, really talented. I tell y'all that he is his YouTube. He plays, music where he's um, I'm sorry, I got tugged out a bit, but yeah, he plays like music from where he's like copying over and please excuse me, y'all. I'm just kind of tongue tied on this. Had some notes here, but he do run some guitar lessons, which is really powerful for the youth. Nothing wrong with playing on some instruments because it allows you to control, the sound of the room, so to say. So big shout outs to him. I'm gonna make sure I'm tagging him in this post as well. And again, thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe to Walking His Ways podcast. Thank you.
Man, that's what's up. And like I said, man, I gotta do this. I was
Hmm.
going to do this, and I gotta do it before we get started. I just did something today for this brother, Daquan. I just wanted to hype the show up. I believe in involved. You should always involve. And I'm just gonna hit this one time. So on Wednesday night before he comes on, you're gonna
Right.
see this before he comes on.
I hit recorded drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you
Yeah, that would be your intro. So before you ready to come on, the intro's gonna play, and then you're gonna jump right into your segment. That's something I just created today for you. So like I said, I believe in evolving, I believe in going forth, I believe in elevation, I believe in growth. So that's what we're doing here on the podcast. So man, keep doing what you're doing, keep grinding, keep putting in the work, continue being a faithful man, a humble man. And the Bible said God exalt those who be humble. He'll exalt those who be humble. So he gonna continue exalting you. And like I said, we're very excited to have our guests with us tonight. We have the Queen with us here in the studio with us, Miss Sheena D, of course. She's the founder and the CEO of SDH Entertainment. She does a lot of great work in her city. She has a big stage play that's gonna hit the stage in April of 2023. She's gonna elaborate on that. A podcast as well that she does. I was on there a while back. Shay was on there a while back. Big shout out to her as well. And we're very excited for her taking time out of her productive schedule just to hang out with us tonight on the podcast. So, Sheena, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience that's getting to know you for the very first time here on Walking This Ways Impact Voice Podcast.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for having me back on. It is definitely an honor to be back. Um, there was a lot of things that was trying to stop me from coming back on the show today, as I mentioned, because my son is not doing well at all. But right now, I got him calmed down enough to let me get through this interview, or to chill out, hang out with you all. But so my name is Sheena D, aka Indigo IO Ra. I am the CEO and founder at I got so many of us. Which one? At SDH Entertainment. There we write. I write, direct, and produce stage plays there, and we have upcoming movies that we're going to be producing following the stage play. And I'm also CEO and founder at Iron Middle Publishing. So you see these beautiful books behind me. Uh, these two on the back I wrote, and then the other two are from my authors. And I also offer virtual online workshops for authors, for youth authors, as well as youth playwrights and youth authors.
And that's what's up. You got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of productive stuff that's going on, which is the great thing because I don't believe in having a suck life. I don't believe having a defeated life. This scripture keeps resonating with me when Christ said that He came that we might have life and have life more abundant. So it's time to live. It's time to stop existing but living. But what you're doing, I love what you're doing. You're being productive. You're about your business. You're about mastering everything you have before you to make a lasting impact on other people. And I know you do a lot of stuff, a lot of creativity. Growing up, have you always been a creative woman? Or there's something that you walked into, that is something you were just destined with, born with, whatever.
Growing up, it's funny because I remember this one time, and it's like I can still remember it like it just happened yesterday. We were at my grandma's house, and I don't know what type of jokes I was telling. I probably was like 9 or 10 years old, and my aunt was just cracking up laughing. She was like, "You should be a comedian. You're funny," and I'm like, at 9 or 10, I was like, "Okay, ha 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 ha." But years later, I actually did do comedy, and I've actually been thinking about hopping back into it. It's been on my mind very heavy lately because comedy is very healing, um, and I feel like not only does it heal the audience, but it heals me as well. So um, that was about as much as I did as a child, other than writing. I've always been a writer. I have composition books of writings. I just write about anything.
Okay, and I know, like I said, you have the stage plays coming up. I know you've been very productive with that. How has the process been going? Because we know it's already
I
February
know,
before we know
right?
it. April will be here. So how has the production been going? The auditions been going? How has it been going with your schedule?
Well, the auditions went really, really well. I'm really happy with the cast that we have. They're all very talented. They all bring a lot of juice, a lot of energy to the characters. We still are casting for two roles, however. One is like the pastor, and the other role is for Tyler. Um, but the production, and if anybody is interested in auditioning for that, you can send your information to productions at sdhentertainment.com. You do, however, because of time restraint, you have to be in the Washington, D.C. area. Um, but the production within itself has been going well. It's been a little overwhelming because I'm also the producer. So, writing sponsorship letters, getting in touch with who I need to get in touch with to make sure that this is happening accordingly has been, it's been a very much of a learning experience. Um, and I've been able to meet a lot of great people along the way. So, like here in DC, we have WHUR as one of the radio shows here. So I've been able to be in contact with them, and they're hosts. So I'm excited about that, and the possibilities that I feel like is really going to come from this production, because I feel like it is so powerful, and I feel like honestly it's like the best show that I have written thus far. Although all of my shows are good and they all have their place, um, but Crucified is like, I feel like it's like next level. I really see the potential in it, um, and it's going to go far. It is. It's just it's going to go.
I mean, yeah, because you know what? Because you have to have those expectations for yourself, for your project. You always want to set the bar. You always want to set the standard. You always want to challenge yourself to be all that and a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? So you always want
Absolutely.
to do all that stuff like that. So I mean, like I said, it's been what's it? Call me my brother. Your show is okay. That's what's up. So that was up right there. So you getting the work done. How just balancing all that? How has it been for you to be able to handle all that? Because I know we only got 24 hours within a day. How have you been challenged that from being a business owner, being a mother? How do you challenge all that? How do you balance all that out?
I don't know. I'm still figuring it out along the way. I know a lot of times I would be like, oh my gosh, there's not enough time in a day to get the things that I need to get done. I found myself as of recently just, making notes in my phone, setting reminders to myself to get things done at a specific time. So I've been basically working off of that. And it's good to have some type of support around you. And I have support with my children during the day. So I have about a good 6 to 8 hours where I can get things done. I mean, in between, because I still have my baby girl that, still needs to eat. So, yeah, I definitely think having a good support, you gotta have that mindset to just keep on pushing regardless, because there's times when I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing this today. Today I just want to lay down and chill out. But it's something inside of me that's just like, nah, you gotta get up. You gotta make this happen. Also, I think, just knowing that my kids are looking at me, I have a legacy to leave to them, and also just my energy within itself, like I'm just really really passionate about everything that it is that I do, especially my stage plays. Like that, like that's like my bread and butter in my heart. It's my way of helping the next person. It's my way of breaking generational curses. It's my way of speaking to that person who is brokenhearted, who has not been able to heal their soul. It's it's everything to me. Like I literally love writing stage plays, and to be honest with you, that's all I want to do for the rest of my life. If nothing else, that's all I want to do. If I was not an author, if I was not assisting, you know, um, with my other company, Soar High Authors, I would just want to write stage plays. Like I would be very content with that.
Hey,
um,
and you know what? Because it's something that you enjoy doing, it's something that you love doing, and that's what people have to realize. They have to find something they love to do.
mhm.
Don't, and we all been there before. We take these roles, we take these things, and we just get complacent. We murmur and complain about the way we at in life instead of just picking ourselves up and moving forward and getting to the things that we love. If money was not an option, I know that's what it is, the money aspect. You got to have money to live. You got to have money to do this. You got to have money to do that. And I know that stops a lot of people from pursuing their dreams
Mhm.
because of financial. They worry about their bills, all this stuff coming in, and that keeps some people back. But from your experience, how do you keep it going? And what did you do to jump those hurdles? Because a lot of people, they have it's like they have the island, they have their vision, they have all this right here. They right here, but you got this big old gap in between. Now you have to figure out how I'm gonna cross over there. It's just this big old gap in between us. So now I have to figure out how I'm gonna cross over, leap over to get to my promised land. So how do you cope with that in pursuing? Like I said, I know you're a mother. You all this other stuff. You have small babies. So how do you cope with that? And what advice can you give to someone who feel like they're stuck? but they're
Mhm.
not stuck, but mentally they feel like they stuck.
Yeah. Um, I definitely understand if a person has to, if you have to go and work a 9 to 5. Like I don't discourage people from doing it, but I do uh basically tell people to only do that of which makes you happy. Like that's my new motto. I started using it like close to the tail end of last year. And for me, just working for anybody just never felt right. It doesn't matter how long I stayed at the job. It's like eventually, like it'll be like 2 years. I'll probably stay at the job for about 2.5 years. After that, they can't get no more out of me. I'd be done. I'd be like, all right,
Hmm.
I tried. Like I can't do it. It's just not I don't know, it's not inside of me. I've always had the entrepreneur mindset for I don't know, ever since I can remember. When I was younger though, I did say I wanted to be a doctor. And I don't know if I just said that because that's something I actually wanted to do. But I enjoyed going to the pediatrician when I was younger. It was weird. Like I really did. I enjoy getting needles and vaccines. I used to be happy, like, oh, get vaccines. Now it's a whole different story. But yeah, back then I wanted to be a pediatrician, and I don't know if it was just because these are like the options that are given, like this is what you should do. And thankfully, along the way, I started to find what my niche was, and that wasn't actually until I got into college. Um, but my suggestion would be to stop pretending and follow your path. And once you start to follow your path, doors will start to automatically open for you. Just like with this production, Crucified, we were actually rehearsing at the library, but I decided I didn't no longer want to rehearse at the library because they have a lot of restrictions. You can't take food in there, and it's like we're in there for hours. Like, come on, we need some food. And then one of the cast members who I've actually known from middle school, she told us about a place where we can rehearse and it'll be absolutely free of charge. So things like that, little inclinations like that, just shows me that I'm on the right path. I know other people might be like, "Oh, okay, but that's a coincidence." I don't believe in coincidences. I feel like everything happens the way it's supposed to, and for a reason. So is that inclination, and then also, I was wearing three hats. I was doing a stage manager position, director, and a producer. And then I've been looking for a stage manager for all these weeks, and nobody was contacting me and anything. All of a sudden, yesterday, boom, as a stage manager, off in Indeed, and her resume, everything looks beautiful, and she's just like really on top of it. She just started working today, so I just feel like things like that, inclinations like that, just shows me that I'm walking within my path. And I would just have to tell that person, like, stop pretending like you don't know what your path is, like you don't, like it's not inside of you already, because it is. It's inside of all of us. We just have to be able to um, tap into that energy. Whether sometimes it might just be silence in the mind. Um, and as far as money is concerned, I would say that there are tons of things that you can do to make self-sufficient moves. You can find a brand, a service to offer, and use that to utilize to bring income in, especially now. Like, we're living in a world where you can make money off your phone. We could just literally make a video
Right.
and get a certain amount of views, and boom, you good for a whole month. So I think there's definitely a lot of avenues. Things have definitely changed now where we can be a little bit more self-sufficient. But more than anything, you just have to believe in yourself. You have to trust in yourself, and you have to know that at the end of the day, you're going to accomplish exactly what it is that you set out to accomplish. But you have to believe that first, because if you don't believe it, ain't nobody else going to believe it for you.
That's true. I mean, you gotta believe in yourself. Before we're gonna hold off on that, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Gotta pay some bills, And after that, we'll jump right back into our conversation with Sheena D.
A once tight knit family bond.
Damn it, Tito, didn't I tell you that I'm vacationing? I am retired, which means all our duties have been relinquished.
You still the same. Wake up fussing. I just come over for a little while. I ain't trying to stay in this roach motel.
I still can't figure out how you would do that. Honey, you see, when the Lord created me, he created a mighty great sunbeam made in his image. And plus, Yoshi always rolling her damn eyes. One day I got her good. I put a little bit of crazy on her eyelashes while she was asleep, and she couldn't roll her eyes for 3 days. And that's the time when her eyes was real puffy. I remember when I saw her, I was like, girl, you looking just like your mama with all them bags. Ouch, I told you about playing with me.
It's broken. When the battle of addiction is lost, resurfacing childhood
You
trauma.
need to get some help. I need to get some help? Really? You're the one that loses friends when you put too much liquor in your body. Okay, and you're the one who ruined your marriage because you're so traumatized and traumatized me all my life.
And revealing family secrets.
I said before you broke it, I recently lost my best friend. My right hand, my mother.
Leaving one innocent soul demonized. You broke Ma's heart.
And I really lost my whole family. But most importantly, I lost myself.
Crucified, the stage play, showing April 14th and 15th at the Slayton House in Columbia, Maryland.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. I'm the CEO and founder of Walking This Ways, along with co-host Horne and our featured guest, Sheena D. She's the founder, CEO of SDH Entertainment. The commercial you're just seeing is from her upcoming stage play that's going to be taking place in April. And it's going to be a 2-night event. So if you're in the area, support, get more information, check out great up-and-coming actors and actresses that's going to be a part of the Crucified, and we're going to get more into that. And I really want to ask you, before we get into the commercial break, you talked about believing yourself. When you hear the believe in yourself, we heard that growing up, but we was always taught to believe in other things, but we was never really taught to believe in yourself. And 9 times when you say believe in yourself, for those who are religious, they would think, oh, you must be trying to be God or something. But people misconstrue that. But if nobody else don't believe in you, if you don't believe in yourself, how you expect anybody else to believe in you? That's just like your product, your brand. You have to believe in your product. You have to believe in your brand. How can people not going to support your brand or your business if you're not serious about it? They would look like, okay, you're not excited about it. You're not upbeat about it. Why should I support? Why would I support what you got going on if you're not excited about it or you don't believe in it?
Absolutely.
So when you say believe in yourself, what comes to mind? What resonates with you on that? Because we have to believe in ourselves in order to us to succeed in life.
What comes to mind when I say believe in yourself? Defeat. Defeat comes to mind. I remember moments where I felt defeated. I was talking to one of my good homegirls. She's helped me plan some parts of to prep for the stage play. And she said, I remember talking to you right, after your mom passed. And I was basically asking you, like, when you want to start writing your stage plays again or whatever. And she was like, you know what your response was? Because I don't remember, like, a lot of stuff for, during that time period. I think I, like, blanked out or something. But she said, you know what your response was? I was like, no, what was my response? You was like, I ain't about to be doing none of that stuff no time soon. I was like, so it's like somewhere along the way, I had to remind myself of my divine purpose. The reason why I was placed on this planet, because I was about ready to walk away from everything, leave everything just sitting, out there. And it took a lot of willpower for me to go back um, to writing stage plays, because my stage plays, my mom was such a big part of it. Like she was always there at the front door helping, with the tickets, people coming in, or if she's at the concession and things like that. Even with selling my books now, I haven't done a vending event in a while, just because it's a little different. My mom was always there with me at the vending events. Mostly after I had my son, she would be there, helping with my son while I'm doing my thing. Um, so I had to like really dig deep to find that strength again to not feel defeated. And this stage play Crucified actually helped me to get back into the mojo of things, and because it was healing for me, because Crucified is based off of you could say it's based off of my life over the last 3 years and all the things that I had experienced during the passing of my mom. So this was like it's more of a therapeutic session for me than anything else. And that's why I feel like it's going to really save lives, because I was like depressed. I was, I was down and out, like basically. And the only thing that really truly saved my life was my children, because I was just, at this time, I didn't have my daughter, I just had my son. And I was just like, I can't leave my son without mom. Like, how would that make, what I'm saying? Like, that's messed up. Um, but I was really like just going through it at the time, and writing this stage play helped me to get to a better place. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say like I'm like completely like all good, but I'm definitely
Hmm.
in a much better headspace than I was prior to writing this, prior to writing the stage play. So I would just basically, you know, let the person know like you have to dig deep, and you have to find your why. You have to, and you have to remember your why and stand on your purpose at the end of the day, because it's not going to, I mean, it's not always going to be peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? I wake up some mornings and be like, nah, but I just dig deep. And then what I really think about is having sold out shows. Like, that like just looking out to the audience and seeing people laugh at, a funny part in the show, or seeing them get emotional at another part of the show. So that's all a part of my why, on top of my babies,
And,
my why.
it's just a beautiful thing that you put in the work and that you're doing something that you love, the creativity. And I know, you got Crucified coming up, and I said that's in the month of April. Crucified, what is it all about? What can people expect from the play? What do you want them to learn after they watch this 2 night event?
Well, so Crucified is about a young woman's battle with addiction. And then as she's dealing with the addiction, childhood trauma starts to resurface. And this childhood trauma brings up a family secret that basically exposes a lot of people within within the family. And unfortunate situations take place. And what you would see from this show is Yoshi, she is the main character. And basically, you're going to see how she goes through different stages of her life, starting with having that addiction, suffering from depression and childhood trauma, and really just how she overcomes all of the different obstacles that's going to be thrown her way. Because we can, kind of guess from what the title of the show is, Crucified, but we can't say exactly, what it is of why she's crucified. But you can imagine um, that it's going to be something really major as to why. And then once you actually see the production, you will understand why it's called Crucified. And I wrote it because I wanted to help those dealing with depression, help those dealing with an addiction, help suicides, or people who are contemplating suicide, to know that you're not alone. It's not too late. Can um, things can get better. The sun does shine again, and when they see that all that Yoshi overcomes, I'm trusting that if it's just one person in the audience, however they was feeling is changed because they see all that Yoshi had overcame. And because it's based off of true events, and if them knowing that this is based off of true events, and they're like, well, wow, that person went through all of this and they could still be here to talk about it and write a play about it, then what can I do? What can I do? What can't I do? You know?
I know, right? I know. And then I know you mentioned movies. So after play, you jump into the movie. So how is that experience going to be for you from stage play to movie?
I'm so excited. That's so that I wrote my first feature film, and it is a comedy. I'm not really going to release the name of it right now, but I'm really excited. I'm going to be looking for a director, however, because I've only directed stage plays, and I kind of want to. I'm sure I could do it, but I want to kind of take the co-director seat and just, you know, learn my way around because screen directing and directing on stage is like two completely different worlds. But when I wrote that stage play, excuse me, when I wrote that movie, I didn't know how to write movies. I learned off of YouTube. I was like, I want to write a movie. Like it's always been in my head. I used to write like web series, but I never really knew like the proper format for them. But I just went on YouTube and I sat there like all day and I was just looking at videos, watching everything and seeing which what do they call it? It's like Final Cut. I can't think of the
Right,
actual,
it don't know.
yeah, like which one of those I should download. And so I use Final Cut to do the movie, and I'm just really excited about it. I really want it to be of really great, high quality. Not to be downplaying anyone, what they do, but sometimes you watch independent films and you can tell that it's an independent film. I want mine to look like it's a cinema coming straight out the movies, straight out the movies. But yeah, that is my first comedy feature film. I'm also in the process of having horror movies that I've written, love movies, and some of the movies, I might just fail the script. It depends. Not that one, but I have some that I'd be like, I like it, but it's more like Lifetime-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like that when I think about it, like, oh, this is like a Lifetime movie. I can go ahead and scoop this to them real quick. My professor at school would say, so you'll be okay with like just giving your baby away? Like that's the reference he gives. And I'm like, it depends. It all depends on like what it is, I think, to the extent. Like my stage play, Crucified particularly, no. The movie I just read, no. But one that I'm writing directly for Lifetime, yeah, I'll be okay with that.
And that's what I like the mindset. You're not limiting yourself. You didn't put the limits on yourself at all. You
Thank you.
envision what you want, how you want to be, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should always want to envision the big picture. Like bitch out to Miss Wood, she tell me this all the time. Furman, know your worth. Furman, know your worth. And that's important. And then Sheena, you know your worth. So you don't settle for less, you want more. And also big shout out to Coach Shay. She's in the comedy section as well.
Thank
So big
you.
shout out to her. And
Cool.
she did say big congratulations on the play.
Thank you.
As well. So big shout out to her in the comment section. Um when you say blockbuster, you talking about like Marvel, DC type feel, you know what I'm saying? Just like having that that type of neighborhood like DC, Marvel type
I'm sorry,
atmosphere.
what you say? I don't think I understand your question. What were you saying?
No, I asked you like you said you want the blockbusters. So do
Oh,
you
okay.
vision more of DC, Marvel type movie, that type of effect?
Like you go to the movie theaters and it's on the big screen. That's the type of vision I want for it. Although I was have to say the new I don't know, new cameras or something that they're using, it kind of makes the movies look a little fake now. I don't know. Have y'all noticed that? Like
Oh, you
it
talking
looks
about some
more
of these things?
stagey.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. A lot of stuff they do in stage, and I think now they're doing movies in 4D now.
Oh, okay.
4D is more realistic. Like I heard, if it's a scene that got water in it, you gonna get wet. You gonna feel the wetness. So it's the 4D is makes you actually feel like you're in the movie, and you'll feel the effects of what's going on inside the movie. I think it's pretty cool. If you're excited to go see a movie in 4D. So I think that'd be cool as well. But I noticed that what you said on some movies. I guess a lot of times they do them in studios now, and
Yeah,
computer
that's probably.
technology, the green screen, you
Mhm.
name it. But I think anybody love that type of work, get into it. It's something you love doing, especially what media is doing nowadays. Because now you can do anything with technology, and
True.
that's the beautiful thing about technology. You can do anything with it. And I know the stage play is 2 nights. We know it's a lot in store. It's just like no one night thing. You got to be 2 nights. So how would you expect the second night to be for the play?
The second night.
Yeah.
Well, the last show is always the best show, I guess you could say, because you know, your blood done got boiling from the first show. You got that much more confidence running through you. So I expect what I know is the audience is going to love it. We're going to have a beautiful sold out show. We're going to have wonderful, great reviews, and we're going to have potential backers wanting to see this show go to new heights. And that's all.
He just mind blowing right now. But that's what's up. Also by you being, I mean, was you the only writer for the play, or you have other writers along with you, or you just doing a Tyler Perry and just writing everything down?
Yeah, yeah. Doing the Tyler Perry. No, yeah. I am the only writer for Crucified. I've been the only writer on all of my stage plays. I am open to collaboration, though. However, but I am the only writer. Yes.
Okay,
Hey,
and
I
how
have
do
a
you get your
question
fans in?
too.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I'll wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, so of course for the guest, so I know playwriting allows people to kind of express themselves in ways, maybe they can't speak to people about it, but do you get people coming to you and say, hey, you know what, this really helped me express myself, and maybe they had trouble, talking to anybody, but did they ever, come to you at all?
Yes. I've had that happen to me. I don't know. I wouldn't say necessarily with them expressing their way, expressing to me, this helped me specifically. But I've had people come to me and be like, wow, like I learned so much from your play because, I put a lot of information, knowledge within the stage play. So I've had people come up to me and be like, wow, I didn't know that. Like, um, yeah. Did I
That's
answer your question?
good right there. But you know what? We're gonna take another commercial break, and after the break, we're gonna jump right back into our Q&A conversation with Sheena.
M. Green Enterprises, the home of Malara Green, your confidence coach. She is a licensed clinical social worker who serves as a therapist, clinical supervisor, master healer, and transformative speaker. Malara is fiercely committed to guiding individuals to become unstuck and motivated to confidently reach their goals while owning their God-given gifts. She serves as the bridge between your caterpillar and butterfly moment. If you are ready to transform, check out www.malaratransforms.com, for she is ready to transform with you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast. You see, we're doing commercials now. So if you really want your brand and your business showcase on the podcast, get with us. Here's a fee, of course. If you have a 60-second video, it's $25. If you have an 18-second, if you have a 30-second commercial, it's 18. So get with us. We love to showcase your commercial, your brand, your business as we live stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. Of course, you seen it earlier. Crucified, that's Sheena's play as well. You see the commercial earlier for that. So, like I said, if you really want to plug in with, get with us, holler at us. We'd love to showcase your business on our platform every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Your brand, your business, whatever you're doing that's productive, it's making an impact on the community. Share it. We'd love to share it. Showcase it. Don't be afraid to showcase it. So get with us. And like I said, there is a fee. Like I said, if it's 60 seconds, it's 25. If you have a 30 seconds, $18. So go ahead and plug in, and we're glad to showcase your brand on my podcast. We're back here once again. I know we're pressed for time, of course, with Miss Sheena as well. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. Also, talk about your podcast. You have a podcast as well that you
Yes.
do. How can people plug in? How can people be involved as well with your podcast?
Okay, so the name of my podcast is called Straight Outta Kemet or Kemet. And I basically feature melanated beings who entrepreneurs, authors, social influencers, just people out here who's out here doing the thing, making it happen. And I do a little kind of like what Furman is doing right now, interviewing the special guests and, just finding out more about their business. And it's all about you when you tap in, when you come in. And it's all about promoting what it is that you do. And we have new episodes every Wednesday. We're on Instagram. And I'm hoping for us to get back and on to like Apple Podcasts and stuff. I got to find different outlets, whatever they call those things, all of them. You
Oh
got to go
yeah,
to one outlet
right.
because the one I was using. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so you can find us on YouTube. And if you are interested in possibly being on the show and promoting your brand, you could just email us at straight out of commit. That's STR and the number 8 out of OUDTA commit at gmail.com.
Oh man, that's what's up. Like I say, it's a great show. It's a great platform. I love the interaction that I had when I was on the last time. Just the chemistry, the interaction, just like if we sit in the coffee shop just having a conversation, and that's the type of vibe that it be. And just really keep doing what you're doing. Keep striving for higher heights and master the thing, conquer everything. I was telling my best friend back at home, and I was talking to him earlier, and we were just talking. I said, read about people. He was like, he go work out at the gym, and he said like, when people don't see him in the gym, they hit him up on social media. That's where you at. And I said, what it is. When you walk in, you command presence. You command them people presence. You got their attention. So they know when you're not there, they're missing you, and that's what we have to do wherever you walk. You command presence. You command to conquer. We want to conquer. I know you want to conquer. The corner you want to conquer. A lot of people want to conquer life to be all that we're destined to be. You know what I'm saying? I believe in taking control of your life. We was controlled by different things, but now to the point we have to take control of our own lives, take control of our own destiny, and become great men and women. That's why I love the slogan we have: extraordinary men and women who are doing extraordinary things. And Sheena, you are one of those individuals who are doing extraordinary things. So kudos to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep striving. We know you got to play.
Yeah.
Talk about movies. You also you did comedy, but you do a lot of.
I'm getting back into it. I'm gonna hop back into it real soon.
So let me ask you this with the comedy. So you do a lot. I seen your page. I know your page. You do a lot of sketch comedy, like the sketch comedy.
I have done sketch comedy. Yes, that's
So do
correct.
you like doing
I do
that?
stand up comedy as well.
Okay, which one you prefer? You prefer the stand up or the sketch or the reality? Which one you want to like?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both, yeah. Yeah. So, with stand-up comedy, I just really have to get back into it. Right now, it was well, now that my daughter is starting to wean off a little bit, she don't necessarily need me as much. I'm definitely going to, even if I gotta just go up there real, like, listen, I got an hour, I go, they give me a time to be there, I'll be there, I do my set, and I roll out. Um, but I used to live in New York City, and I went out to Broadway Comedy Club and performed 2 nights in, well, excuse me, 2 shows in one night, and I got a standing ovation for both shows. And people came up to me after the show, and they was like, "Wow, you are really funny," So, and like that meant so much to me because I'm like, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere because they are brutal in New York, okay? So I came back to DC and performed there, performed at that comedy club. I forgot what comedy club that was. And by the comedy club in New York was called Broadway Comedy Club, if I didn't mention that. And came back to DC, performed at that comedy club. They loved me there. They loved me so much that the host invited me to come out to another comedy spot the following week. But I was so young and dumb, right? I was in a relationship and that person did not want to, didn't feel like driving because it was like, we was in Virginia. We had to go all the way back to DC. So I was like, forget it, I didn't go. So that's like, I mean, who knows where I could have been, right now. But it's all good. It's all a learning experience, I don't regret anything. I know I can always pick it back up when I'm ready. And I'm ready. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the strength that my mama's giving me, the strength that my kids are giving me. Maybe it's just me knowing, like, how powerful I am and what I'm destined to be out here, that I'm ready just to hit this stage. I was coming up with my set last night when my son kept me up all night. Bags on my ass. But yeah, I prefer both of them, really. I love doing sketch comedy. I love, if you see it, I have my Asian accent. I can do my African accent, and my sketch comedy is based off of real events. So that sketch comedy, I think it was like breaking childhood traumas, one laugh at a time. So that was about my sister, how she used to always talk about me, talk about my feet. And that's what I basically made the sketch comedy off of, because it's like, it's time to poke fun at it now because I'm older. And now I don't really care what anyone thinks about my feet. As long as I like my
feet. I mean, at least you love your feet. I mean, hey, love your feet. You know what I'm saying? So it's not wrong with loving your feet. Well, you gotta love your feet. Don't make sure your feet don't stink, everybody. I mean, hey, get your feet done. Go get your feet done. Men, get your feet done as well. There's nothing wrong with getting your feet done, man.
She was just a hater because, on my father's side of the family, everyone has like long toes. I just have a long toes. Ain't nothing else wrong with my toes though, but she just a hater. But if y'all want to see that sketch, y'all could go to my TikTok and go to at Sheena D Entertains. And, the sketch is kind of broken up into pieces, or you can catch it on YouTube as well at Sheena D Entertains. I think it's on YouTube under that name. I have to put names going on here.
Yeah, I know, right? But like I say, just keep doing what you're doing and everything else. And like I say, got a lot of great stuff going on. Let me ask you this, as we talk about the play, how the ticket price, I mean, is it like, they playing for price for one night, two? Now, how did that go? Because let me tell you what, you got some people who will try to take Friday night ticket and go into Saturday. So how did that work? You got some psychics out there, you got some skills out there.
Okay, yes, I know. When they
who will try to get over, they'll take Friday night ticket to Saturday ticket. So how you gonna incorporate that as well? We got people who like to play.
Well, the tickets are going to definitely have barcodes on them, and they will be getting checked at the door. So, and also, every time you purchase a ticket, your name is going to come up on a list. So you're not going to be able to get into 2 shows. But, we have general admission tickets going on. We also have group ratings for 18 and under, as well as senior tickets for 65 and over. So yeah, you just go and cop them tickets and show some support, because we're gonna have some people up in the house. You know what I mean? So when I say people, I'm talking about like well-known people. even if it's just a well-known person from a radio station. We're gonna have them up in there. So yeah, definitely come out and support, and come get this wonderful energy, this blessing, this all over your life.
Right. That's it.
It's not a gospel stage play, so to speak, but it's gonna still speak to you. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna speak to your heart, speak to your soul, and trustfully open up your mind to other potentials and other potentials that will make you a better and greater person.
Okay. And also, that's it. Whether you be taking the play on the road eventually, will you be going to different cities, state to state? Okay, that was love.
When I tell you that Crucified is that one, it is that one. We're definitely going to go on the road. We're going to go on a full tour. I see it. I know it. We just got to get the right people with the right queen, the right place.
And
and I say that because running a production is not inexpensive. It's not inexpensive. And prior to this, all 3 of my productions that I have done, I paid for out of my pocket. And moving forward, like for this production, I don't want to do that anymore. I got 2 mouths to feed. So yeah, we're definitely now in connecting to the appropriate people. So that we may be able to take Crucified on the road. But mark my words, on today, February the 8th at 8:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that Crucified will be on tour next year. I say next year because I give it a little bit of time, after the show. But even if it's not all the way next year, it might start at the end of this year. But you're going to see us. You're going to see tour dates. And that's
you know what? Like I said, keep that energy. I love your confidence. I love your swag. Just keep it. Don't persuade it. Don't get out of it. Just be you, man. It's gonna come. People love consistency. If you be consistent, people will support. People sit back from far. They just want to see how far you gonna go. Once they see that you're consistent, then people start backing you what you're doing. You go get a person consistent. Consistency is key. It will pay off. Eventually, it will pay off. Just keep putting in the work, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you're doing, keep putting in the work. Whether people may not see you or not, still keep putting in the work. Somebody's watching you. You may not know who it is, but they are watching you. And I know about to get off the air. Sheena, Horne. Let me ask you this before we get off the air. Sheena, do you have any final remarks for the listening audience here on Walking This Way Internet Podcast?
Well, my final whatever you call it. Ta-da. I just want to thank you again for having me on your platform. Thank you so much. Thank you, Daquan. That's how you pronounce your name?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I see that you be sharing my things and stuff. So I appreciate you. Appreciate both of you all. And just thank you for having me on, and to the audience, thank you for tapping in and listening to me ramble on. I know sometimes I go off on a tangent, but that's all good because I'm working on my vocal skills, Definitely, if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, even if you're not, come to D.C. and come cop these tickets, Come see the stage play before we blow up, you know what I'm saying? Because then I'll be like, I don't know you. No, I'm just playing. Nah, that's not me.
Well, yeah, I'm doing that.
But definitely come out and, if you know any children, your children who are interested in becoming published authors, I do have I in the Middle Publishing LLC, where I do produce and I help authors to produce their children's books as well. So we are opening this up to children between 8 to 12 years old. If they're interested in writing a book, they're going to have fully nice, pictures and everything. As you see here, it's going to be nice illustrated and everything. And also, any children between 12 to 17 that's interested in doing a playwright workshop, definitely have them to hit me up. Follow me on Facebook at Indigo Iora. And I'm about to give all my other social handles. They all got different names. I need to put everything. I need to condense it to just
Right.
one. For a
Gotcha.
long time, I had to figure out who I was. So I didn't know if I was Indigo or Sheena. So
Hey, at least you're being honest and you being honest. That's what's the beautiful thing about it. Being honest. Like I said, man, we thank everybody for hanging out with us, about to get off this air tonight. I want y'all to have a great Wednesday night. Enjoy your night, get some rest. Just chill out for the night and just relax your mind and just have your woosah moment. But I also want to tell you that remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see tomorrow, and they did. Let's live life every day like it's our last. And most importantly, cheer yourself on, embrace yourself, enjoy yourself, celebrate yourself, and most important, man, love the hell out of yourself and don't stop loving yourself. Never stop loving yourself. Always celebrate yourself, knowing that you're the most hottest thing walking in the streets, wherever you may be going. You are a hot commodity. You are a number one draft pick. You always celebrate yourself. Walk with your head up high and never down low. Remember the Bible said you're the head and not the tail. You're above and never be beneath. Remember you're blessed going in, blessed going out. Remember he said any nation don't have to borrow anything. You have to believe that for yourself. Yeah, the information is written out there, but you have to believe the information for yourself. You have to apply that information to your life. Remember, we constantly going to evolve. Remember that we constantly going to evolve. Remember, at 1201, you gonna leave the old Sheena behind. You gonna leave the old Horne behind. I'm gonna leave firm behind. I'm gonna be at 1201. It's gonna be a whole different new people. It's gonna be a new firm. It's gonna be a new going. A new Sheena at 1201. Love yourself. Remember, the Bible said that Christ I came that you might have life more abundantly. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Pastor G. He's in the comment section. Shout out to him as well. Y'all check him out on Thursday. Check him out on Monday. He has feature. He has it's feature. I know he got him name, but he has feature King Queen Ministry. It's based out of Birmingham, Alabama, paraphrasing. But follow Pastor Gregory Moore on social media platforms. He's in the comment section. Get with him. He has an awesome service on Mondays and Thursday nights. So when you hear the word from him, man, be blessed. You really, really be blessed when you hear the word of God from the man of God himself. So big shout out to him. And feed that it for man, thank you. There you go. Feed my King and Queen's Ministry. That's the name of the ministry. So y'all follow Pastor G on his social media website right now. Send him friend requests, inbox him if you have any questions about, God, whatever. Get with him. He's there. He's real. He will not do anything with you. I love his spirit. He's been preaching the gospel for a very long time. And he's still going strong with the gospel. Keep preaching, my brother. Keep being a watchman on the wall. And be like Nehemiah. Brother, don't come down off that wall. The Nehemiah didn't come down off that wall. The Nehemiah knew what to do. And you like Nehemiah, man, doing that work. Big shout out to Pastor G. Feed my Queen's Ministry. So, man, y'all have a great night. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy yourself. Just enjoy life. This is your time. Everybody say 2023 is the year of great joy. Great. A lot of people saying that. Embrace your greatness. Know who made you. Know who created you. Think about it. Everybody has different thumbprints. You're very unique. Going, you're unique as well. Embrace that. Know that. Know that's listening to the podcast tonight. Knowing that you who you are. Love yourself. Embrace yourself. And don't be afraid to live your life. The Bible said that he did not give us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. Operate in those three. Operate in the power, operate in the love, and operate in that sound mind. And watch how stopping you be on B. Because nobody cannot stop you. That's why he told Peter, upon this rock, I shall build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Remember who you are. And y'all be great. Y'all have a great night. We'll be back here Saturday night here on Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast with my special guest Saturday morning. We're doing the Saturday morning show. So, man, y'all hang out with us Saturday morning. We'll be back here Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Remember, we are live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Hey, man, y'all follow us on Twitter as well. I'll post the Twitter link on my page. Follow us on Twitter, our Twitter followers as well. And not only that, you can watch us as we live stream on Twitter. That's the thing about it. Anytime you follow us on Twitter, you can get live on Twitter with Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturday night. I mean, not Saturday night, but Saturday. I ain't getting no night, but Saturday day. But man, y'all be great. We'll see y'all next week. Well, this coming Saturday. I will see you this coming Saturday on Walking This Way podcast. Peace, everybody.
Tight-knit family bond.
Damn it, Tito, didn't I tell you that I'm vacationing? I am retired, which means all prior duties have been relinquished.
You still the same. Wake up fussing. I just come over for a little while. I ain't trying to stay in this roach motel.
I still can't figure out how you would do that. Honey, you see, when the Lord created me, he created a mighty great sunbeam made in his image. And plus, Yoshi always rolling her damn eyes. One day I got her good. I put a little bit of crazy on her eyelashes while she was asleep, and she couldn't roll her eyes for 3 days. Oh, that's the time when her eyes was real puffy. I remember when I saw her, I was like, girl, you looking just like your mama with all them bags. I told you about playing with me.
It's broken. When the battle of addiction is lost, resurfacing childhood
You
trauma.
need to get some help. I need to get some help? Really? You're the one that loses friends when you put too much liquor in your body. Okay, and you're the one who ruined your marriage because you're so traumatized and traumatized me all my life.
And revealing family secrets.
I said before you broke it, I recently lost my best friend. My right hand, my mother.
Leaving one innocent soul demonized. You broke Ma's heart.
I really lost my whole family. But most importantly, I lost myself.
Crucified, the stage play, showing April 14th and 15th at the Slayton House in Columbia, Maryland.